my fellow comic book collectors. It's Alan, the Comic Collector Geek, and I'm actually going to talk a little bit about my day job. Plus, I'm going to try to help up and coming channel. So I received a message on Instagram from Kids Comics. It's a new channel. He wrote, "Hi, I am a new and upcoming comic YouTuber called Kid Comics. And I was wondering if you had any advice on gaining more traction and views on YouTube." So, so my day job is marketing. So, good guy to ask. So I actually do this a lot, which is to help people with their YouTube channels and to help people grow their businesses. And I actually strangely, I feel weird, but I really don't use a lot of my own tactics within my own channel. But I actually encourage my clients to use these tactics. But some of them I have actually developed through my YouTube channel. So I'll get into that though. But the first thing I always stress to people who want to get into YouTube, and doesn't matter what the field is, if you want to do it for business or for personal, whatever it is, you really have to be able to commit to making content. And that's actually a much harder thing than people realize. Often what kills most channels is their ability to create content. That a lot of channels, they just can't think of what to talk about. And I usually show clients how to come up with content ideas, and really there's an infinite amount of ideas. It's not that hard to come up with ideas for consistent content, and you just have to be able to talk about anything. Just have that ability to just talk about the field that you're really interested in. That's why I always recommend, when people create YouTube channels, create something that you actually love. So I love comics. So for me, it's easy to just basically produce content every day. I literally produce content every day, and it's easy for me. Now there's probably, for anyone that is a comic collector like I am, or a comic enthusiast, this might be an easy thing. And so what I recommend is finding not only the ability to create content. Sometimes you just gotta do it, whether it's good or not. Like, you'll see if you watch my videos long enough, you'll realize, hey, I stumble a lot. I'm not the most fluent guy in the world. I stumble. I I do that, right? It's like, it's one of those things. But you have to, just move forward and, do what is required to make that content, put it out there. If you get stuck on, oh, I got to make it perfect, then what's going to happen is you're going to spend a lot of time and never actually release anything. I've seen that happen a lot of times, where people, they get all stuck. Oh, I stuttered here. I said the wrong thing here. They get all upset about it, and they wait to make their video perfect, and then the video never comes out. I just like go in raw, hope for the best. Hopefully not say too many things that offend too many people, and which is always something I manage to do, actually. But the thing is, you got to just be consistent about putting out content. So the big thing that the Google algorithm wants to see is consistency about content. It wants to reward the ones who are consistent about publishing content. Now, you don't have to publish every day. That's insane. Don't do it. It gets to be a bit too much. But what you can do is publish 2 to 3 times a week and schedule those posts. So if you want to publish, like, let's say once a week even, always make it on a consistent day at a consistent time. YouTube, the algorithm likes that. It likes to see that consistent effort. And it wants to help channels build that are going to be around for a long time. And consistency shows that you will be around a long time. So content, get over the fears of producing it, and get that consistent content week to week. And content ideas. If you need content ideas, you can hit me up. I'll give you some. You'll never run out of an idea after I can show you how to do it. It's not a big deal. But there's tricks to it. Now, that's the content part, which is, believe it or not, the biggest part of becoming successful on YouTube is just putting out content. Try to put out good content. Don't just babble and, but the big thing is just put out content. The second part. Now, one of the things that I sort of learned, and it was actually through this channel, was that it's not about getting a million, like going out and trying to find a million subscribers, getting all these people to subscribe to you. Obviously, I haven't succeeded on that myself. My channel is relatively small. But it's about finding people who have channels that can influence or bring subscribers to you. So a lot of the time, it's about making friends. A lot of these comic communities, for example, maybe there's like 100 of us, 200 max, that really are the main channels. And so it's much easier to make friends with those people, like it's a couple hundred people, or even 10 people or 5 people, or like some part of that group, than trying to make friends with a million people. So it's much easier to, just reach out to different YouTubers, like reach out to Comic Tom, reach out to Gem Mint, reach out to whoever. And most of the people in the community are pretty easygoing. One of the things that helped me get my start was I did a video literally saying, hey, anyone want to collaborate? Anyone want to team up on making a video? And anyone willing to invite me onto their channel? I was like begging for the opportunity just to go onto other people's channels and talk comics. And there's a few people that were really nice. And actually, most of the people are really nice in the community. So they said, sure, come on our channel. We'll help you out. And, there's people like Biggie Shack who helped me a lot. Captain Comics really helped me a lot. Night Tiger helped me a lot. Alex the Comic Hoarder helped me a lot. Sean from Pop Comics helped me a lot. Pop Comics and Game. He has like so many channels, but he helped me a lot. So there's a lot of people that are very well established, and they're actually pretty easy to engage with, and they will help smaller channels grow. I try to pay it forward a bit, where I try to encourage channels to come on my channel and hang out and talk comics, and I'm pretty easygoing. I like to make friends, and that's the big part of it. But the thing is, what happens is when you go on those other channels, like, you get to engage with their audiences, and generally, if they have a more established audience, well, then those, if they like what they see when they hear you on their channel, they'll generally follow you, and you get a few subs out of it. So generally, that's one of the tricks that I do or recommend, is engage those other channels. Now, one of the ways you can do it, if you're is actually do videos like the Friday Comic Challenge. What I actually deliberately created that just to help small channels, and I actually made friends with a bunch of the channels that participate in my Friday challenge. And basically, the way it works is, it's a hashtag. So everybody that is part of this Friday challenge, puts out a video. They use the hashtag. People that are part of the little community that are making the videos will generally watch all the other tagged videos. And so you're not only engaging with the community that are potentially watching these tags, but you're also engaging with these influencers, these people that have established channels, and they might reach out to you and become friends with you. So there's things that I've been trying to help the community grow. I'm not necessarily the best at it. Actually, Bigby McFly did a really cool thing where he had the comic book shout out. I thought that was a great idea. I wish he would still do it. But the idea is, a lot of the people within the community really want to help the community grow. It's a cool thing about the community. Very good community. Can't stress that enough, how great everybody everybody that I've met in the community have been really great people. I'm always very humbled by the kindness of the people in the community. Um, the next thing you have to do is back to the content a little bit. Is you have to engage. And what I mean by that is when you create content, ask your audience to get involved. So show a book. What do you think of this book? Show like, or if you go to, if you're doing hunting videos, hey, I have I found this in the hunt, for this money. Is it a good deal? Ask those kind of questions. Ask questions of your audience, and you'll get engagement. One of the things that really helps channels grow is when YouTube sees that there's engagement. Another thing you can do is at the end of your video, say like, comment, and subscribe. I try to do that on every one of my videos, which encourages your audience to engage. But asking questions of your audience is one way to do that as well. Other thing you can do is going further with that is really optimize your video. So this is where SEO comes into play. There's some basic things you can do with SEO. One is there are like within when you create your video, when you upload it, post it to YouTube, you can put in hashtags. You can also put in tags that will link your video or encourage Google or YouTube, which is owned by Google, to see your video as something that is relevant to particular keywords. So try to tag your video with relevant things like comic collecting, comic investments, Batman, Wonder Woman, whatever keywords that you might think that people would search for that would help your video get to the top. But make sure that those keywords are relevant to what you talked about in that video. Also, within the SEO space, just in terms of optimizing your video, a couple things you want to do is you want to have a fairly lengthy description. I'm usually pretty lazy about that, to tell you the truth. So as I said, I don't always follow these rules for myself because I'm trying to make this more organic for my own channel. But if you really want to get a better start than I did, definitely you want to have a longer description where you can sort of talk about all the things that you're mentioning in the video, that you want to kind of reinforce all the keywords that people might search for when they're looking for videos that your video would kind of relate to. You don't have to be at the top for YouTube. It's not like search engine ranking with Google. In a way, it's much easier because generally people that go to YouTube, they have the attitude of they want to watch more than one video. They're not just coming to watch one video then leave. They generally will watch multiple videos and they'll have an interest. So generally, if somebody searches for comic collecting or comic investing, they're going to watch 1, 2, 3, 4 videos on that or more. So generally, you don't have to be at the top. You just have to be in that mix where people can see you. So don't worry about the rankings as much. You can optimize the title, but I actually recommend against it. So generally, with SEO, you want to optimize the title of your video. So, keyword, 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 which actually is not I wouldn't recommend it doing that. Generally what ends up happening is if you make your title too SEO'd, where it looks just like keywords, it doesn't have the clickability that people will look at it, see, okay, maybe it's relevant, but it doesn't sound interesting. So you sort of have to balance with the title of the video between SEO and what would be considered a clickbait title. So one of the things I recommend is taking your title, whatever it is, like let's say your video is I went to this store and bought comics. Really boring. You take that title, take it into ChatGPT, and basically say create a viral video title using this, and generally it will come up with some ideas of video titles that will be much more engaging or clickbaity. And what'll happen is you can say, give me more, so you get like a long list of potential titles, And what I do is I pick the one that seems the most engaging, the one that I would have clicked if I saw that title on a video. You can also, still within that SEO space, you can make sure that your video has a really engaging thumbnail. Like, I'm lazy about my thumbnails. Again, I don't practice what I preach on some of these things, but if you create good thumbnails, a really great guy that did a really great job of that is Jerry the Jitterbug. Definitely take a look at his channel. He's a great guy anyways. But he does amazing clickbaity thumbnails where he'll, put some sexy woman and then some title. This is actually a trick within the YouTube space, is you get actually not one title but two titles. So what you can do is you get your title of your video, right? But on your thumbnail, you can put a secondary title that is a bit of a clickbait as well. So you can have sort of that double effect where you can use one to clickbait, one for optimization. So there's a couple tricks you can do within creating that thumbnail. But definitely sexy girls help. It's like, I look at Jerry's channel and he's doing really well with those thumbnails. Yeah, maybe I'll start showing some more skin and I'll get some more clicks. But the point is, definitely create better thumbnails than the standard ones that YouTube will provide you. What I do is I use the ones that are some segment from my video. And I try to have one that has a really cool thing being displayed. If I'm showing a really great book, it'll generally get a little bit more clicks and a little bit more love. So that's one of the things that I try to do. It's not perfect, but it's lazy because I don't have much time to create these videos. I wish I had more time. I'd definitely do a better job. Yeah, so those are the big things. So there are more things within your settings of your video that you can do to make it more optimized. There's actually a really great video on that. If you contact me on Instagram, I will send you a link to somebody else's video where they actually go through all the settings that you should put for your YouTube videos, and they do a pretty good job. There's a couple things that they were wrong about, but for the most part, they were pretty accurate, and they will help your channel grow by using those settings. Other than that, there's a lot of other tricks. Like I usually do when I talk about YouTube marketing for my clients, I do like 1, 2, 3 hour sessions where I'm talking about it. I just did one today, which was 2 hours. There's a lot of stuff to it. There's a lot of nuances. The big thing is just learn, engage with other channels, and you'll probably do okay. And the great thing is, for the case of kids comics, you're young, and a lot of the YouTubers that do comic books are older, and we kind of have sympathy for younger channels or younger people because we want somebody to carry on the mantle of of collecting comics. And so generally we will support younger collectors. So again, thanks for watching, everyone. And if you can apply this to anything, not just comics. And hope you enjoyed this video. It's a little bit about my day job, but also it's hopefully something that YouTubers watching this video will find useful and will kind of help their channels grow. If you have any tips that you think that will help YouTube channels grow, put it in the description, put it in the comments, because we can share ideas, and I think that's how everyone learns. I'm going to put a link in the description of this video to Kids Comics. Check him out. He seems like he's a great kid, and he's producing some really cool stuff. So definitely check him out, give him a sub, and let's help a young YouTuber start off. So again, thanks everyone for watching. Bye for now.